Alright guys, welcome back to a new video. So today I'm just going to do an in-depth video just on the garden because I've explained it a little bit in the other videos, but this will be just about the garden, no progress or anything. So I'm using like a random save. I'm going to use the developer console to like speed up time just to make it easier. But I'll give you the basics and stuff. So you also want to go to this the wiki link in the garden because this makes it very easy. It tells you exactly what you have to do. Mutation setups and how to get every plant, stuff like that, so make sure you have that. Is it recording? Yeah. Okay, I got my face cam in the middle because I don't want to block anything. So when you get your first few sugar lumps, you want to spend your first sugar lump on the farm, so spend it and then your garden will look like this and you'll start with only one seed. And depending on how many farms you have, you'll have the soil. Let's just unlock all the soils for now, just to show you what they do. So basically, the useful soils you want to think about is the fertilizer. So the tick means every tick is like one growth point. Each plants live a certain amount of ticks, and obviously if it's 3 minutes, it's going to have only 3 minutes. But if it happens 50 minutes, it's going to be a lot slower. So this is the fastest tick rate. So use this to grow your plants the fastest, but then the effects are a bit worse. Clay is useful when you have all the plants that mature and you just want to get the bonus from the actual plant. As you see, this one gives 1% CPS. Put it with the clay, it's 1.25% CPS. And then the last one you want to think about is wood chips. So this makes plants spread and mutate 3 times more, which is what you want to get when you're unlocking new plants. You have to make them mutate. So first, your farm's going to look like this. Every time you upgrade your farm, the plot of land will increase. So, depending on your farm level, it gives you the best optimal mutation setups for them to mutate the fastest. So we'll start with the level 1. So it's and we're going to be mutating the same plant since you've only got one plant. So do bear in mind that the plants do cost a bit of CPS. It doesn't cost 1 minute and 30 cookies, so you may want to save up some cookies before you plant the later on plants. Before you plant the plants later on, just to make sure. So we'll start doing that because that's what the setup tells you. And of course, it's the only plant we have, so this might as well see what it mutates. And this tree tells you what they mutate. So if you start the tip at the top, follow the arrow, you can see 2 of them. This means this is how many you need. 2 of them together is a 5% chance for it to mutate into a funcorn. And you can see mature in about 21 minutes. So you want to put it on the fertilizer to make it grow a bit faster, because it can only mutate when it's at mature level, unless it's a ductator. That's the only one, because the ductators, they can actually mutate before they are fully mature. So now what I'm going to do is there is a develop upgrade. You obviously won't have this, but I'm just going to do it just so I can speed up the plant. So now they're going to go really fast now. So over time, this is what's going to happen. And then when it gets to mature, you want to put it on wood chips, which I can't now because I can't change the soil. So I'm just going to do that. So there you go. So let's say the first time you got unlucky, but we've got 2 more here. And we should see, it should mutate. There we go. So this one is the new plant. So the way to get it is to click it when it's mature. But remember to only collect it when it's mature, otherwise you don't actually get the seed. So there you go. That's how to get a new funcorn. So we're going to look back at this again, and we can see that funcorn plus baker's wheat. So you can see the orange arrow points to here, and also the yellow arrow points to here. And the orange arrow comes from the funcorn. Yellow arrow comes from the baker's wheat. So 1% chance for 1 baker's wheat and 1 funcorn. But you can also see that there's an empty tile. It just goes straight to meadowweed. So if you get lucky enough, if you have nothing in your garden and you keep it on the wood chips, eventually you'll see meadowweed start to appear. And the meadowweed will be used for other ones. So you've got to remember, if there's no number next to it, it means that you only need 1 of each. So there's no number here, you just need 1 brown mold and 1 baker's wheat to get a Chocoroot. But then if you look over here, for example, this one, you need 8 of them. And what it means, when it says the number, it means that's how many are adjacent to the tile. So you need 8 adjacent, which means it's impossible here because let's say you want to grow your thing here, there's only three adjacent slots. So you're going to need a bigger farm if you want to get this juicy queen beet. So let's say it's been 2 days and you can upgrade your farm. So we'll upgrade it a little bit. We'll upgrade it to level 3 for now. But we haven't got the meadowweed yet. So let's say we want to get the crone rice. You can also get the bakeberry, but that's a very low chance, 0.1%. So you're probably not going to get that one straight away. So I like to go for the plants. I'd go for the plants that mutate, that are the most common to mutate. So this is 1%, so we'll try for this one first. So as you can see, you need 1 baker sweet and 1 farm corn. And also we've got a new leveled up farm. So let's see what the optimal mutation is. It's this, but we're mutating 2 different plants. So it's green, yellow, green. So you just ignore the red ones. That's just saying you might have some unwanted plants there. So you can just harvest the unwanted ones. Make sure there's space. Obviously there has to be space for a new plant to appear. So if there's already a plant there, make sure you just click it if you don't want it. Just click to remove it if you don't want it. There's like a few plants that can overtake other plants, but usually they can't. So make sure there's space. So we'll go with that setup. The good thing to do is to try and sync their mutation period. So this one, it says 5 ticks for mutation, and this is 3 ticks. So you want to plant the baker's wheat first, so they can mutate at the same time. Obviously it's not going to take 4 seconds, but this is just for the video. So we'll do that, and then we'll put the farm corn in the middle. So they should mature around the same time. Okay, nice. So now, bang, there we go, we got a crone rice. So if you're not lucky enough, then it's fine, you can just harvest them and then try again. But if you're lucky enough, you'll get the crone rice first try. And the crone rice does take a very long time to mature, so make sure you go to the fertilizer if you want to make it faster, because this is every 5 minutes, this one's every 3 minutes. Okay. Now it's pretty much just the same for every other thing that I've explained. Make sure you follow the arrows correctly. Some people have misinterpreted the diagram, that's fine. Just need to remember the ×8 and like ×2 and ×3, it means adjacent tiles, and it can mean diagonal as well. So the only way to get the juicy queen beet is if you have queen beets all around here, and then this tile here is adjacent to all 8 of them. And here we go, here's the meadowweed that appeared. So we'll unlock the meadowweed, we'll let the crone rice grow for a bit, and then let's read about the meadowweed. So the meadowweed, this is harvest. So just planting meadowweeds and then harvest them, there's a chance for you to get brown mold and crumb spore. It says less than 10%. I don't know why. It should say like, so it's around 10%, I guess. Around 10% to get brown mold. So we've got the crone rice is mature now, so we're not the crone rice. So if we want to get the other ones, we'll just plant all the tiles with meadowweed, and they cost 0 because of my upgrade. And you can click this to instantly harvest all. Shift Control click to only harvest mature plants. So we'll try again. You can hold Shift to click plant multiple, by the way, if I haven't said that. Wait till they're mature, harvest all. Okay, let's just get a few. Obviously this is cheating, this is just testing purposes. We'll get a few sugar lumps just so we can get to the optimal farm. So the optimal farm is at level 9. Alright, so now let's get a full garden mode. I'm just going to freeze. Actually, no, you can't do it while freezing. No, you can, okay. Yeah, I'm just going to freeze it just so, you know, the ones at the top don't die before the other ones got to mutate. But yeah, so freezing, what it does, yeah, so just read it. Plants no longer grow, spread, or die, but they provide no benefits. So it'll pause the garden, that's what it says. Now we'll unpause it, wait for them all to grow. There we go. Okay, maybe it's because you can't do the instantly harvest all thing. So just get rid of them by hand, I suppose. But we're getting loads of plants now because these, the plants that you get from them The plants that drop from the meadowweed are very, very common of getting other ones. So it's a 10% chance to get the brown mold and a 50% chance to get white mildew. So you'll probably get those. But now I think I'll just show you the path for the hardest ones, just to make sure you know the setups correctly. For example, the Everdaisy is 3 elderworts and 3 tidy grasses. So obviously there's only a few spots where that can be. So let's get the Chocoroots. So it's brown mold and baker's wheats. So they both actually have an average mutation of the same, which is very nice. And we'll have a look at what the optimal thing is for the highest garden here. So it's green. Okay, that's quite annoying. And then yellow, 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 yellow. And then unfreeze. Put it on this. And then we should get the Chocoroots if we're lucky. Oh yeah, loads of Chocoroots. Awesome. Obviously, you're not going to be as lucky as this. Is just because I've speeded up everything and made it a bit easier to get stuff. Now we have got the Chocaroot. Next one, Queenbeet, is a Bakeberry Chocaroot. So I need to get the Bakeberry, which is quite uncommon. So let's do the same thing. Actually, for the same plant, the optimal thing looks like a that, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So unfreeze. Obviously, you won't have to freeze it for you because you'll have enough time to plant them all in before the next tick. But now I'll do the save thing. So refresh, and then each time the garden is going to give me a new thing. You don't have to make it freeze. If you just freeze like a few seconds before a tick, it will count down to the next tick. So just save a few seconds before the tick, and then after a few seconds refresh, and then just keep refreshing until you get the desired plant. But yeah, the Bakeberries, it's going to take a while to get. There we go, we did get it, okay. So remember to remove all unwanted plants to leave space. It's obviously not going to be this fast, as I said. Can't get rid of them all. Just control click, get rid of all the more plants. Okay, awesome. Next, Queenbeet. So 1 Chocoroots and 1 Bakeberry. So Chocoroots is 7 ticks, Bakeberry is 34 ticks. So we're definitely going to place the Bakeberries first. It doesn't matter what plant is which, by the way. I think what I like to do is have the plant that lasts the longest. This lasts about 30 ticks after the average maturation. I had to put those in here, but I didn't do it that way this time, but it doesn't matter. But you probably should put the longer lasting plants in these slots so you can quickly replace these ones with the other ones. So that's about 8 ticks, so let's get planting this now. And then we should get the Queenbeet, hopefully. There we go, we've got the Queenbeet. But yeah, if you're not this lucky, just try again. Make sure you save up a lot of cookies using the combos. If you want to know how to get good combos, just watch the progression videos. But also, the prices of the plants, they depend on your actual current CPS. So if you have like a frenzy, then that'll cost 7 times more. If you have a clot, that'll be half price. And if you get Cursed Hand, I think it's called, or Cursed Finger, where your CPS is set to 0, but your clicking is like a few minutes CPS, then every plant will cost 0. So that's the optimal time to plant the expensive plants if you don't have enough money, is when you get the Cursed Finger from the golden cookies. So keep that in mind. Right, so the thing after the Queenbeet, is for the Juicy Queenbeet and so keep in mind the Juicy Queenbeet is one of the hardest plants to get, along with the golden clover. They have the lowest chance. So don't worry if it takes forever to get the Juicy Queenbeet. The Juicy Queenbeet is the hardest one because the golden clover, you can plant. It only requires 1 guild minute and 1 baker sweet, but the Queenbeet is 8 Queenbeets. So there's only 4 possible spaces it can appear, which is this configuration is the most optimal, like this, and then it can only be in these 4 spots. So the Juiciest Queenbeet is hardest, but that's what you need for Juiciest Queenbeet. You need it to be surrounded. So this tile is next to 8 tiles, so that's how it works. But we're not going to go for that now because it's going to take too long. But I'll just show you the ones where it's like 3 times, because the 3 times ones, it might be unclear on the most optimal strategy, because when they're times 8 or times 3, you don't use the you don't use this. For the Shriekbulb, Everdaisy, I hope you can see it. Move my face, come over here. Shriekbulb, Everdaisy, and Juiciest Queenbeet, you use different mutation setups. Okay, those are the hardest ones to get. So I'm just going to show you how to get Shriekbulb and Everdaisy, and then I'll leave the video here. And it should have answered all your questions about the garden, because some of you are still unsure, I've seen in the comments. So I hope this helps. But you can always experiment on your own on a different browser using the developer console. The way you get it doesn't work on the Steam version, but you have to just type says open sesame after your name, and then that's how you get the dev tools and stuff. And I just for like practicing and trying to understand the game, but I haven't used it for my main save file, because obviously this is cheating. You actually do get the cheat cookie says awful achievement if you look right there. Anyway, so we got the Ductator. This one takes absolutely forever to get. So there's a thing I can do with the dev console if I find it. There we go. I finally figured it out. Let me get a bunch of sugar lumps. Yeah, so you do want to be careful, because it says, so plants such as the crumb spore and the meadowweed can overtake nearby plants. So make sure you harvest them if they're close to something that you want to get. We're just going to speed up time by doing this. So obviously you can spend a sugar lump to make them mutate a bit better, but that's not worth it. Okay, so yeah, for the Shriekbulb, so I said that the Ductators could actually mutate into the Shriekbulb without even being mature, which is awesome. And I think the optimal setup for here is just to put a line like this, like this, because then every spot here, all these 4 spots are all surrounded by 3 and 3. Save for here, 3. These are all spots that can put, and there you go, Shriekbulbs, awesome. So that is the most optimal thing to get the Shriekbulbs, I'm pretty sure. Because there's all these spots, well actually not these ones, but all of these are close to the Ductators. Awesome. Now I do want to get the Everdaisy. Show you that one as well. It's pretty much the same. Actually, I won't show you that, but for the Everdaisy, you have one row of elderwort, the other row of tidy grass. So it's like elderwort, tidy grass, elderwort, and then these, these 4 and these 4 can both get the Everdaisy. So that's how you do it. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It was a complete in-depth farm guide. You should, for any question about the farm guide, you can still put in the comments. But I recommend trying using a different browser, actually in the developer console, just experimenting with plants and how they grow. Remember, you can do the save and refresh strategy. That also works on Steam if you save and close the game instead, if you're not getting a plant that you want. But there you go. And one more thing to point out, if you get all the plants, the reason why you want the plants is because some of them are used for CPS, but also if you unlock every plant, there's an option to sacrifice the plants and go back to only baker's wheat for 10 sugar lumps. So it's a quicker, it's kind of a slow way to get sugar lumps, but it's faster than just waiting 10 days, I think. So that's why you'd want to do it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I'll see you later.